It's less fun. So from Istanbul, I want to be to Antalya, which we cannot go this way today. Departs tomorrow at 1 PM for £120. That's where we're headed. I want to be in Antalya, yes? £3,000 to be gained in Antalya. Okay. Very good. Then we shall spend the night in the hotel. I woke this morning in the silks of an Ottoman harem girl. Worse yet, I was in the forbidden woman's apartments of Topkapi? How do you pronounce that? Topkapi Palace. It came back to me all too clearly. I shuttered noisy Armenian tavern, many cups of reiki, the unexpected potent local liquor, a smiling Greek merchant telling me of the incomparable mosaics of the harem of Topkapi Palace, home of the wives and coal-eyed concubines of the Sultan. But men are forbidden in the harem, he warned, on pain of death. He lured me into a wager, which I had not the good sense to refuse. Curse my weakness for a fine mosaic. I bartered for a costume, reasoning that I could disguise myself as a repairwoman and stride right through the front doors of the palace. I claimed I had been summoned to see a faulty water boiler used for serving tea and was let in with minimal fuss. It seems that even sultans and their wives are servants to the vagaries of plumbing. I wasn't able to escape the same way, however. A lady blocked my path, demanding my costume in return for hers. Madam, I will be killed if I'm found here, I protested. Better hurry up then, she replied. We're both getting out of here now. I did exactly as she told me to. Soon she was the repairwoman, while I was a lady the guards did not recognize or care about. Together we walked out through the front door. My new friend thanked me, as I thanked her, then she disappeared into the streets. I found Monsieur Fogg reading a newspaper, back at our lodgings. He looked up and blushed a most violent shade of red as he took in my attire, setting down his cup with uncharacteristic force. I gave my master a much abbreviated account of my adventures, but I do not think he really understood. Still, I stammered through my words before we settled in to consider the next course of our journey. Relations have deteriorated slightly. The harem silks should fetch a good price, if we don't find a use for them. Oh, departs. Onwards, yeah. No sense exploring. Let's go! Let's go! Antalya. Every time it turns the map like 90 degrees to the side, that throws me off, and I'm like, wait, hang on, am I clicking on the right location here? Goods from across Europe were taken by steam carriage across the Ottoman Empire. We found a shipment heading for Antalya and jumped aboard. I paid little attention to our driver, ensuring Monsieur Fogg was comfortable and the luggage was stowed. We took off at terrific speed up the steep road slope. I shall converse. Greetings, driver. Don't worry, you won't distract me from the road. Begin conversation about Antalya. Antalya is one of the most beautiful places on earth. Can we get to Alexandria from there? Absolutely. My aunt once took the merchant trader Nefertiti from Antalya to Alexandria. Can we get from Alexandria to Hail? Oh, because my silks are... Yeah, okay. Valuable there. Probably. Merchants in Riyadh will pay fantastic amounts for demijohns of olive oil from Hail. Cool. Antalya to Beirut. Beirut to Alexandria. Oh, that's kind of going backwards a bit. If we could go sort of down rather than via Beirut, that would be better. Soon the sea was far behind us and we were making our way along winding roads, tossing from one side to the other. Our driver was young and careless, moving the steering lever with quick flicking motions. "You've been to Istanbul before?" the boy demanded. "You are frequent travellers?" "We are going around the world," I replied cheerfully. "Round the world!" the boy laughed wildly. "How I would love that! When I grow up, I will be an adventurer." "You have the spirit for it," I agreed, and as though to prove me right, he steered with even more savage abandon. Yeah, Fogg needs it. Fogg needs his hair brushing. A fresh shirt, superb. That night we slept in the carriage, which unfolded rather cleverly to form a tent. I discovered a certain detail during the night, which I will share here, but nowhere else. As I went out to stretch my legs prior to attempting to sleep, I came across our driver, a short distance from the carriage, sans headscarf and goggles. Without this disguise, it was quite obvious that our driver was not a boy at all. He was not even human. Monsieur Fogg was oblivious, sleeping quite comfortably. My master chooses to regard the world thus, behind closed lids. The next day, I remembered what I had been told about this driver back at the World's Fair, so I could not remain quiet. I believe I met the artificer who made you, I told him. Why do you hide yourself? I could see a flush rise between the goggles and scarf. It is the arrangement made with my father, came the reply. He would not let me out here driving on my own if my nature were known. I could understand that. The world is changing, I answered sympathetically. It will not always be as it is now. The driver nodded, but did not reply, and we continued the journey amicably, if somewhat more quietly than before. A few more hours passed, and we arrived within the sight of the sea once more. Antalya! Some of our possessions would trade well here. Yes. Oh. Worth 150 here, but worth 1,400 in Hail, if I could get there. That's worth 3,000. Yes, we're selling that. Eastern spices are worth good in Alexandria and Beirut. I was looking at Alexandria. Valuable in Alexandria. We can probably get rid of the European things, can't we? Valuable in Alexandria. Valuable in Alexandria. Ooh, 71. I paid nothing for that. That's fine. That sits there. I will take the Indian train timetable. Do I still want that? I guess I probably want that. Oh, I didn't pay 110 for that. I definitely didn't. I will hang on to that. And I think we're good trading there. Well, now, the journey's proving more tiring than I expected. Right, so now we've got... Well, we're not in India yet, but... India might be coming up soonish in the journey. Possibly. Where are we at? Hotel or plan? It is the evening, so we cannot explore. Now would be planning time. Right, so... Honestly, we know about the Suez Canal route. If I got to Cairo... No, I wanted to get to Hail, didn't I? Or I wanted to... Actually, I really... Well, ideally, I would love to go... If I could go Alexandria... Suez Hail or something? I don't know. Are there any reason to be in Beirut? None of these things are valuable. Alexandria and Beirut. Okay, that's valuable in Beirut, that's true. Alexandria, Baghdad, and Tehran. I could possibly go Baghdad, sell that. Beirut, sell that. Baghdad, sell that. Hail, sell that. I think. Yeah, that could probably be a reasonable route, actually. Maybe we just go to Beirut. Which departs in 2 days. Oh, 660. That's a chunk of cash that I'd rather not pay, but it is resource management, the whole game. It's basically trading money in exchange for time, and time is a limited resource. Money, I should theoretically be able to make back, really, so it's probably not too bad to trade that kind of money for an extra day here and there. You know, if I found myself, like, finishing the game on day 81 with loads of money to spare, I would kick myself. Yeah, Beirut tomorrow, I feel. Nefertiti departs in 2 days. Negotiate. We'll depart tomorrow for 600. Yeah, that's where we're doing. Ooh, it's nearly midnight. Oh, coming up. Well, not that close, but somewhat. Yeah. And I want to be staying out. I spent my afternoon rambling around Calais, I think. The historical centre of Antalya. I am not well travelled, can you tell? I do not know places of names. The historical centre of Antalya, which was where I happened upon a group of Turkish dockhands unloading crates of Venetian goods into a warehouse flying the French flag. They had a passable grasp of French, no doubt a prerequisite of working for their French employer, one Monsieur Fontaine, though we've never met him, one of them added bitterly. Is he a good employer? I asked politely, simply to make small talk. Alas, my innocent inquiry was not taken as such. Why do you ask? A dockhand fired back, crossing his arms. Perhaps you are Monsieur Fontaine. You have found me out, I gave a booming laugh. The sort Monsieur Fontaine, the Monsieur Fontaine of my imaginings would boom. Alas, behind his bluff exterior, he had only recently suffered heartbreak. Edith, his wife of 20 years, had perished in a mysterious fire in our villa upon the Black Sea. Thus I was ensconced in my role. I spent a cheerful, if deceptive afternoon getting to know my employees and inspecting the merchandise. They cracked open a crate to reveal a treasure trove of Venetian glass glittering blue-green in the Anatolian sun. I pocketed a particularly fine piece before they bid me a respectful farewell. Venetian glass should fetch good money. Cool. Alright. Explore? Why am I exploring? Oh, shoot! I was supposed to... Dang it! Can I... Oh, it's not too late. I might still be able to leave. I forgot I needed to bribe them. I spent a few hours exploring, learning ways in which we may travel on. Plan. Beirut. Could be altered. Negotiate. Go. Leaves. And no! Oh! That's what I mean about it cuts it so fine at times. It wouldn't have cut it quite so fine if I hadn't explored. That's £600 of bribe money that's just vanished. Oh god, and not only do I lose the bribe money, but I also don't get the day. I've lost the money and the time. Where in the name of Christ is Riyadh? Can you... these places don't even have names on the map anymore. Aswan, Luxor. Ah, Riyadh. Oh yeah, that's en route. So if we go that way, we should make the money back. Oh, I can't believe that just happened. That sucks. That utterly sucks. I'm gonna pass the night here. As night fell, I attended to Monsieur Fogg, because his numbers are down a bit. They want to be up for a bit more than that. I'm in roaring health, we must make haste. To Beirut, onwards. It's 3 suitcases, I have 3, that's fine. One of them's taken up by glass. I think picking up stuff on your travels, I think you get the suitcases for free. So I think that's a good way to do those. Or it's just like, you gained an extra item, but you've got nowhere to put it. Here, have another suitcase. Nefertiti was a tall-masted Egyptian clipper that sailed around the coastline from Antalya all the way to Alexandria. I asked the skipper if he had considered longer voyages via the Suez Canal, but he only laughed. The fees, young man, are quite extortionate. How extortionate? I asked. Give me a pointed look. You will not buy me or my boat, he replied. If that's your intention, my liberty is worth more coin than you have. I nodded, and we did not pursue the conversation further. Conversation with the sailor. Hold this rope, would you? What is it you want? Can we go from Beirut to... Cairo? I don't really want to go to Cairo. You mentioned boats. I've been told you can get to Dubai from Bandar Abbas along the Persian Gulf ferry. From Cairo to Riyadh. I want to go to Riyadh. Obtain candles scented of rose in Riyadh, extremely valuable in Muscat. Cairo to Suez? Yes, one can drive from Cairo to Suez. It's a tiring journey. I don't want to go this way. This is an awkward sort of coastal route I'm taking. I don't really... Or am I just... A little bit of me feels like I'm misinterpreting the map. No, I can't be. I was like, am I just misreading where I can and can't go? No, there's no reason why I shouldn't be able to go that way. There just doesn't appear to be a route from Beirut to Baghdad. Which is problematic, because that's kind of where I want to be. How else does one get to Baghdad? This is like the nearest city en route. I thought I would be able to get there. I hope I can find something when I land in Beirut. I really do. I'm still thinking about that lost time. The evening drew on and the crew served gin slings with great cheer, the captain nodding to me as the liquor was poured. "Enjoy," he called, "for as long as you are with us." I saluted him with my glass, and savoured the cool drink as the sun went down in fire and smoke across the sea. And so we landed in Beirut. Eastern spices could be sold. Excellent, that is what we wanted. 570, that makes up for something. Got another neck cushion for £9, dice for 6, 29 for perfume. And what else we got? That's worth nothing. That's worth a little bit. I don't know why I always keep these things around. I kind of probably shouldn't. They never seem to be terribly useful, the Englishman's wardrobe. These things we're hanging on to for now. I don't know. I really don't know if I want that. I've got. If I keep this around, I've got a lot of. I don't want to keep a third suitcase around just because you don't get as many options for. Do we actually keep 3? No, we don't keep 3. Okay. Yeah, you don't get as many options for traveling with 3 suitcases. Most things let you have 2. It's very rare that it says you can only take 1, and then you can usually solve that with more money. So hey. Yeah. Hotel. I suppose we've got to explore in the morning, really, haven't we? We found our true hotel, only a boarding house of rooms around a central courtyard in which a fountain danced and various people sat and talked in hushed tones. As I looked about, I found something suspect in every pair of eyes I met. So, naturally, I was curious. I introduced myself to a likely-looking pair. They had just arrived from Baghdad and were full of the glories of that city. Tell me more, I demanded, and so the woman, one Madame Izir, enthused about the generous hospitality and the warm welcome expected from all Baghdadis. Ooh. Can we find out how to get there? I really want to know how to get there. That's what I'm mostly concerned about. I shall look forward to it, I declared cheerfully. Madame Izir and her male companions took their leave from the founder's side, insisting on recommending a spot in town where we might find a driver to Baghdad before going. I was left sitting beside the fountain listening to the water whisper until I retired. New route discovered. Ah, the sleeping the night found us the route I wanted. Brilliant. Depart. Baghdad. Go now.